for the Technical Trader at techtrader.com. It's Thursday, February the 6th. These are the charts of the day. And as we do every Thursday, a swing trade review of the active swings that are still in play over the last couple months. I'm going to start off with AKRO, which we put out when it popped and pulled back. It's a bit above that level, but today, after reaching a new high at 59.80, it reversed about 4 or 5 points and didn't close well. So let's call this an engulfing negative reversal day. Really need to see this hold 52.5. There stops on the 40. You can either stop half there and half on the 48. I'm still looking for mid-60s. ASTS now up for 6 days in a row, has spiked from a low of 17.5 to 27 plus, 27.5. So certainly a really nice surge in the last week, taking out declining top sign of lateral resistance and 3 moving averages. My target near term is around 30. We get through there, we might see 33.4. Atamera popped out today and backed off, but it looks like it's trying to surge. The high was 10.68. Unfortunately, it pulled back a point, still up 41 cents or 4.5%. Let's see if there's a follow through and if the technicals improve or not. Right now, resistance and target at 11.75 and 13. Black Sky, really strong move since it popped and pulled back and then ran again. Right now, a 2-day consolidation. Need to see this take out 18.25, 30. Your next target is 21.22. CLPT popped, pulled back. We put a swing on it. I believe actually the swing was earlier here in December. But either way, pop coil, pop 3-wave corrective pullback type of flag. I'll draw it in for you. And then the breakout. Looking for an extension that eventually gets this up towards the high 20s. So your near-term target is 23.4 and 27.8. Generics with a pop and wedge. We put a swing on this one at around a little bit under 3, and it ran now up to 4.25 today. My target remains near 5 and then 6. Koya, we just put it out a couple days ago. It reversed beautifully today on some positive drug news. Traded the biggest volume we've seen in a while, 483,000. Once we get above today's high of 770, I think you're going to see about 8.75 and then 10. CRMD, breakaway gap, run up and pull back to test the moving average and price gap, and it bounced. Didn't close great, but I still like the overall look of this one. Looking for this to make mid-teens and then 18. Fastly with an inverse head and shoulders, breakaway gap and run up, falling wedge, held the moving averages and it popped. Right now it's pulling back again. I'm going to need this to take out the $11 high, 11.14 high that it reached this week, and then reached 12 and 14. HSII popped, and from the wedge we went long. This is a nice swing. It continues to look great. My target is now low 20s. NANX popped out in the end of November and wedge. We put a swing on it. It ran to the target and backed off. Next target, 3.75. OKLO, explosive looking chart indeed. Popped and wedge, popped again and pulled back to retest, and now making new highs at 50. Today was the highest ever reached, all-time high of 52.99. I don't think it's done yet. Looking for 60, 70, 80, etc. We'll see what happens when this group blows off. PSTG popped and pulled back and from the coil. We put a swing on it and then ran up and backed off. Still in play. A little on the choppy side. Drawing a line here tells me there's a possibility we might get this in the 80s. QURV, breakaway gap, wedge, pulled back and retested the gap and held, and it's moving back up. I needed to get through 19.5, my first target. Second target, 23.4. REGETTI, another one of those quantum stocks, massive move, hard pullback for a week that held support, price and moving average support, and bounced. Now it's got a coil. This is a setup. Look at the underlying technicals. If this pops, it's going to go vertical to low 20s, first 22, and then high 20s. Shopify, long-term, beautiful chart. Currently pegging out of a coil and near resistance. Targets 130 and 145. SBIR breaks out of the base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up, but the big break of the base here and the pullback is bullish enough for me to say mid-20s target. TELADOC, last couple of days, exploded today, trading 18.9 million on what I consider a potential breakaway. My targets are 14 and 16. TSSI has been in the monster rising channel from literally a quarter. What's the low? 24 cents, folks. And last week reached 18 and a quarter. So a massive move. And it's long in the tooth, but it doesn't look like it's done yet, does it? We'll see. Target 20 and 24, but keep a tight stop. And finally, wrap, building a beautiful base, broke out a wedge. We put a swing on it. It did pop, but it's pulled back to retest. It's right on support. Their price and moving average, I don't want it below 192, right where it is. My target's at 245, 285, and then 3.5 for a potential close to double. And that's it for tonight, everybody. That's the Swing Trade Review. Bye-bye.